8 types of women who will instantly cheat on you. Hello, gentlemen. My name is Apollonia Ponti, and welcome to today's video. Today, we need to talk about something very serious. I'm a huge supporter of women, but I'm also a huge supporter of men too. And I'm also a huge supporter of healthy relationships. And today, I want to tell you what red flags to look out for if you don't want to be cheated on. And unfortunately, in my line of work as a love, dating, relationship coach, there are various patterns that I have observed that have led to cheating in countless situations. So to arm you against this, I want to share signs she's likely going to cheat on you, plus one super important bonus at the end that has caught so many men off guard in their relationships. But before we get into it, I'm Apollonia Ponti, and if you're new here, I want to say welcome to you. And I also want you to press the subscribe button so you can get valuable content delivered to you as well from this channel. And for all my loyal subscribers, I welcome you, and I encourage you to comment below as I love hearing from you and I love to interact with you. So for the people that are new here, I specialize in helping men reach their full potential to attract high-value women and cultivate healthy, rewarding, passionate, and long-lasting relationships. And a big part of this is being able to recognize healthy patterns and healthy partners so that you can create healthy relationships. Now, disclaimer. The signs I'm about to share with you are not 100% proof that a woman will cheat because everyone has their own story and their own personality traits. That said, if you see these signs, and more specifically, if you see more than one of these signs, I have to caution you because you're in the danger zone. So I know you are eager to find out the truth, so let's get started. The first sign that a woman is likely to cheat on you is if she is constantly partying and getting into the state with drugs and alcohol where boundary lines get blurred and she loses touch with herself. And I'm referring more specifically to a woman with substance abuse problems, not women who just enjoy a fun party and a drink from time to time. When someone is grappling with substance abuse, their decision-making abilities can be seriously impaired. The substance they're using can cloud their judgment and dampen their awareness of consequences. In this altered state, they might not fully grasp the impact of their actions, which could lead them down a path they wouldn't normally take. On top of that, the social dynamics of the party scene can play a role. When someone is constantly immersed in a setting where alcohol and drugs are prevalent, they're often surrounded by new people and opportunities. In moments of vulnerability, they might form connections that feel intense in the moment, which could potentially lead to impulse decisions. And let's also consider the psychological aspect. Substance abuse often stems from seeking instant gratification and thrill-seeking behaviors. This mindset could extend to their romantic life, with the person seeking out similar excitement from other relationships. The rush of attention and validation can be particularly enticing, especially if their judgment is clouded by substance and the use of it. This is amplified by sign number 2 as well, that a woman is likely to cheat on you, which is when she is a commitment phobe. Commitment phobia often stems from a fear of being tied down, losing personal freedom, or getting hurt. When someone with this fear is in a committed relationship, they might experience moments of intense anxiety. So a woman could begin seeking ways to alleviate this anxiety, and unfortunately, cheating might seem like a way to regain a sense of control or independence. You see, commitment phobia can create a sort of emotion, like a tug of war within the person. They might genuinely care for their partner, yet their fear of being stuck in a committed relationship might drive them to look for connections elsewhere. Cheating can serve as a way to keep one foot out the door and maintaining an emotional safety net in case things get too serious. Furthermore, I've seen that commitment phobia often brings with it an inability to fully really open up to be vulnerable within a relationship. And then this lack of emotional intimacy can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction or unmet needs. If someone is unable to communicate these feelings with their partner, they might turn to cheating as a way to fill the emotional void they're experiencing. And then, of course, when there's substance abuse in the mix, it becomes a pretty bad cocktail. If this is speaking to you, I'm going to stop right here. I want you to download something I have for you for completely free. It's called my 9 Signs You're in a Toxic Relationship free ebook. I'm going to link it below. I want you to sign up to it because I go into a lot of details about toxic relationships if you're feeling like you might be in one or maybe even have a pattern of some. So let's get into sign number 3, is when a woman has a history of cheating and hasn't shown any change. This one might sound obvious to you guys, but you'd be surprised at how many guys just cling to their relationships with a woman who keeps cheating on them because they are clinging to the belief that she will change. And this is unhealthy for a variety of reasons. First, Living in denial keeps you from seeing the truth and recognizing the fact that this woman is proving to you that she isn't going to change. Second, it's damaging your sense of self-worth and confidence and is making you disrespect your own boundaries and yourself. And that's a dangerous thing about this, is that the more you do it, the more you normalize this type of disrespect and your well-being just continues to suffer. The next sign that someone is likely to cheat on you is they manipulate you all the time. Picture this. You're in a relationship with a woman who's got a knack for manipulation. She's like a master puppeteer, pulling your strings and playing your mind games. Now, this doesn't automatically mean that she's about to cheat on you, but it does set the stage for some tricky situations. When you're in a relationship with a manipulative partner, they're skilled at controlling your emotions and actions. They might use guilt, emotional blackmail, or even gaslighting to make you question your own thoughts and feelings. Over time, this can erode your self-esteem and make you doubt your own judgment, even if you were the most confident person. I've seen it all the time. So then this creates a divide between you, where your woman gets to do whatever she wants and somehow you're always to blame for it and feeling guilty. This is some toxic stuff, guys, so keep your eyes out and open for this. If this type of woman is also a commitment phobe, that's a double whammy. Next up, we have the classic tale of a woman exiting the relationship, but then coming back around acting like you're still together. Imagine this. You and your woman decide to part ways, but there's a twist. She's not quite ready to let go, and she keeps lingering around, blurring the lines between being together and being apart. This kind of situation can be a recipe of confusion and, unfortunately, potential cheating. When your partner exits a relationship but behaves as if you're still together, it creates a sort of emotional limbo. You might feel like you're in a relationship yet not fully, which can mess with your emotions and mindset and clarity. And here's where the cheating element comes into play. If your partner is sending mixed signals, acting like you're still a couple, and then she's off on her own doing her own thing at the same time, not only does this lead to some serious trust issues, it leads to scenarios in which you thought you were being exclusive again, only to find that you aren't. Your woman's behavior of wanting her cake, keeping you around, and eating it too, exploring other options, demonstrates a lack of commitment and respect towards a relationship and towards you. And if you allow her to, then it becomes a lack of respect towards yourself. It's as if she's hedging her beats, enjoying the perks of being with you without fully actually committing. And this leaves you totally in the dark, confusing about what boundaries are and aren't being crossed. I see this so much with men. Now, we also need to talk about another type of woman that I've seen throughout my career. The sixth sign that she could cheat on you is when she's extremely private. Even though you two have been dating for a while, she somehow always widges out of telling you where she's been, who she's been with, what she did after work, what she did over the weekend. And if you dare to try to dig a little deeper, she becomes defensive and cold. She manages to always hide her phone from you. You notice that phone numbers aren't saved, and she has an uncanny ability to be very vague about who her friends are and how she knows them. In fact, she's so private that it makes you feel like you don't even know who she is sometimes, and yet she refuses to talk about it if you ever try to bring it up. But then she tries to please you in other ways. That's a part of manipulation. Healthy relationships, gentlemen, require transparency and communication. And if she's constantly shutting you out and spending time with other men, you need to be careful and ask yourself, why are you devoting your time to this woman if you want something more? And by the way, I've also noticed this type of woman tends to be overly demanding and selfish, always putting her needs before or above yours, I should say. Next up, we have sign number 7, that she's likely to cheat on you. And this one is another huge red flag. It's when she has extremely low self-esteem and thrives off attention from men. Okay. And I mean, like, she lives for the attention from men. When you're out together, you feel like she's more interested in catching the eyes of other men than your eyes. She curates her social media to attract every man's eye, and she doesn't save anything just for you. Women with deep insecurities like this run the risk of getting carried away with their need for validation from men, and it can lead to cheating in their relationships. All right, guys, here's the last one though, the bonus that I mentioned. Remember in the beginning of this video? The 8th sign that the odds are high that a woman will cheat on you is when the emotional connection between you has been left to die and has not been present for a long time. This is more applicable to long-term relationships where two people have been together for a long time. But I want to include this here because it really catches men off guard. And I'm sure a lot of men can relate to this. Sometimes they see that men neglect the emotional connection to their woman, and the woman either does or does not do the same. And the result is that the woman starts to crave the spark, that connection, and that flirtation, that emotional thing that keeps us attracted to our partners. However, she's not getting it from her man or her husband or her boyfriend, so in some cases, she'll seek out somewhere else. More often than not, this happens unintentionally. It just so happens that she meets someone during this time that fills a void for her, and one thing leads to the next, and before long, she's cheated. So if you are in a long-term relationship and you want to know how to prevent cheating, then make sure to keep the playfulness, the flirtation, the push and pull, the emotional connection, and everything alive. Don't fall into the trap of getting lazy in relationships, guys, because you should never underestimate the power you have to keep your relationship alive and amazing, and how much you get from it when you do. So guys, if you want to take it a step further, I want you to download the free ebook. It's called The 9 Signs You're in a Toxic Relationship, so you can take it a step further and I can help you out a little bit more. I hope that you are reassured in your relationship right now or when you're going out with dates with women and dating. And if you aren't, the more information you have, the better. Always practice wise judgment, respect, communication, and healthy boundaries. And also too, if you need any coaching around the specific topic with a woman that you might be dating or in a relationship with, I want you to click below and you can schedule a coaching call with me or one of my coaches. And as always, if you want to continue watching, I have this next video right over here. How to touch a woman to turn her on. And you can watch that right next because every man should watch that video. As always, I'll see you in the next one. And remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.